All right, we are live, ladies and gentlemen, for a Friday edition of Oran Pop in Chats. We call this, it's a wrap. This is where we wrap up your week. And I think February is still keeping with the theme of all things music. We are joined yet, today with, or rather by another musician who is going to, I guess, help us understand what it is like to be different in a very creative space that is music. And I think the previous week we spoke to Akona, that other week we spoke to Gina Mabasa, and we just continuing with the theme. Hopefully throughout the month, hopefully I will continue giving you all artists rather and creative individuals. Well, if you want to be part of this conversation, make sure that you send
my network is still a problem.
I'm live. Happy. I'm live. Technical assistance. Happy Phaleng. Oh no, wrong side. This still has technical issues. I don't know. Do you have load shedding where you are? But we live. Or are you saying in terms of you not moving from the screen? Right. I think he means by him not moving away from the screen. But I think me and Jazz, the vocalist, we can hear each other. We can hear each other, right? You can hear me, I can hear you.
Yeah.
You can see me, I can see you. It's this guy. Oh no, wrong. It's this guy who has issues. we'll just leave him there to chill. But if you want to be part of this conversation, just leave your comments in the comment section below. We are on Oran Popin's Facebook page. We are also on our YouTube channel, which is at Oran Popin. You can tag myself, it is Nkosi. Find us on YouTube or rather on TikTok as well. It is at Oran Popin. For me, this is the first round for this conversation that I'm having with Nkosinathi. Well,
online. I'm doing like an interview online.
We'll call him Jazz, the vocalist. Oh, Mom didn't know that you are doing this. Look at you. Mom should have been told.
She did it.
Mom now knows that we are live. Mom should watch. But nonetheless, Nkosinathi, good morning to you. Morning, good afternoon to you. Thank you so much for joining us. I really appreciate you taking your time for the first round of this conversation, for Oran Pop in Chats, for just being with us. Happy Friday. How are you feeling?
I feel amazing, man. I'm happy to be here. It's a huge honor for me.
The honor. No. I'm the one who's honored. I for someone to really take the initiative and say, here's a topic, and I feel like it's not spoken about, and I want us to speak about it. For me, I look at it and I'm like, and you chose me to do it. So the honor really is with me. Just to give viewers a bit of a background of who you are, they go by the name of Nkosinathi Sikhosane, aka Jazz, the vocalist. I want to find out about that name a little bit later on, but that's their aka. And bio goes singer, songwriter, poet, and humanitarian. Lives with a physical disability called I don't know how to pronounce this, but it's cerebral palsy. I'm saying it right? And which has encouraged him to be more vocal about people with disabilities, especially as queer African artists. Nkosinathi is part of the State Theatre's youth choir and an ambassador for the National Disability Council of South Africa. And they believe in, rather his purpose is to spread love and hope through the work, to let people know that love comes in all shapes and sizes. And he is currently working on his debut EP. It's called The Black Unicorn, which is a very interesting name. I also want to find out, why do you call it Black Unicorn? I mean, we think unicorns are white and pink and purple, but hey, Black Unicorn, that's an EP you should expect, which explores themes such as self-discovery, identity, and love. And Nkosinathi is my guest this afternoon. Let's start with that one. Why do you want to call an EP, or why are you calling your EP Black Unicorn? Is it because you had the black sheep of the family or something?
but more than anything, I feel like I am a unicorn. I'm a very happy person, and I'm bubbly. So I kind of back from unicorns, white things, and I'm not essentially. I'm all these
I'm all
things.
these things.
Yeah, I'm an artist. I'm disabled. I'm always trying to prove myself. So
So
it's more about
it's
just
more about just
exploring that
exploring
and
that and
opening up, and
opening
letting
up,
people in
letting
my
people
space.
in my
Because
space.
the
Because
EP is
the EP
about
is
just
about just
letting people
letting
understand
people
my world.
understand my world.
Mhm.
So it comes
So it
from
comes
that.
from that.
I get you, but it's quite an interesting name. For me, when I was reading your bio, I was like, Black Unicorn. That's quite interesting because we, like I said, the description of a unicorn in our heads is always white or pink, and it has a very colorful. Anyway, as collab, we definitely cannot wait for the EP, because I think one thing that music does, it tells a story, and we want to hear that story. And I think more than anything, I personally want to hear your story, especially through your music. So we cannot definitely wait for that EP. So be in the lookout for that. Let's talk about what does it mean. You touched on being queer as you were describing why Black Unicorn. You said queer, disabled, musician. Well, I'll say artist, because I think people who are musicians are also artists. It is quite intersectional in that sense. But what do you mean when you say you are African or you are Black and that you are queer and that you are living with a disability? What does it mean? What does it look like, or not? How does it feel like? What is the meaning behind it? Yeah.
It doesn't have
It doesn't
necessarily
have
like a
necessarily
meaning,
like a
but
meaning, but
almost like
it's almost like
you're choosing
you
to stand
choosing to
out
stand out
purposefully,
purposefully,
like
like
intentionally. I'm
intentionally.
trying
I'm
to stand out,
trying to
whereas
stand
it's
out,
not
whereas
even the
it's not
case.
even the case.
With my
With my
disability, I was born
disability, I
this
was
way.
born this way.
Even with
Even with
sexuality as a
sexuality
whole,
as
like
a
I feel
whole,
like
like I feel like
I just didn't
I just
understand it
didn't
at first.
understand it at first.
Yeah.
Up
Up
until
until
I got
I got
to
to
like see
like see
representation on TV and
representation
be
on
like,
TV and be like,
oh, maybe
oh,
this is what I
maybe this is
am.
what I am.
Then I started
Then I started
discovering more and
discovering
more, and
more
just
and more,
like
like
searching for it
searching for
and
it and
trying to understand
trying
it
to
better.
understand it better.
Yeah.
And
And
with
with
regards to
regards
artistry,
to
I feel like
artistry, I
that
feel like
is something that
that
I
is something that I
was born with
kind of
too.
born with too. Like,
This is always
this always
I've always been
I've
drawn
always
to
been drawn
writing,
to writing,
Mm-hmm.
and language
and
and
language
literature.
and literature.
Even as a kid,
Even
I
as
would
a
always
kid, I
write
would
these
always
mini
write these
poems
mini
in
poems
school,
in school.
and
And
yeah, I think it comes
yeah, I
from
think it
that
comes
more
from
than
that
anything.
Yeah.
more than anything.
So
Okay.
it doesn't
So
necessarily
it
have a
doesn't necessarily have a
meaning,
meaning,
but
but
it's
it's
again, it's
again, it's
self-discovery
self-discovery
Yeah.
and
trying to understand
trying to
yourself
understand
as
yourself
you
as
evolve, as you
evolve
become
as you
older.
become older.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
So yeah.
Okay. All right. So my technical assistant there says he's picking up an echo, Nkosinathi. So I'm advising you to use your phone as opposed to using earpiece. I mean, what are these? Headphones.
Earphones.
So
Earphones.
yeah, your earphones are giving out a bit of an echo there. So while you do that, I don't know how you're going to be able to do that.
I'm just gonna.
But
I'm
It's
just
the
gonna
Bluetooth.
the
So I'm just
Bluetooth. So I'm
gonna
oh,
just
they're
gonna
Bluetooth. Great. So just connect those so that we can continue, because they're
It
picking up
is.
an echo. It
Where
says
is
they're
the
picking up an
where is
echo.
the Bluetooth?
Come again. If you're picking up an echo there, I think it was because of Nkosinathi's Bluetooth there. But I think
hear
we
me?
are.
Hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me? I think I need to project more
Okay,
because I feel like
let's see.
I'm soft spoken. Can you hear me?
A
A
bit. I have to
bit.
listen
I have to listen
attentively.
attentively.
Oh my god! All right, I don't know how we. So I'll project. Oh, and then he's gone. All right. Happy. Let's. Can he use headphones? All right. All right. He was using headphones there, Happy. That's why that happened. Let's see if we cannot get him back on.
Okay,
And
cool.
continue.
Okay, cool. You just need to join back.
Yeah. I think he is aware of that. Let's just
Okay.
live things. Okay. These things happen while we live. Because now you are back. Can you hear me? I think I need to project more.
Please.
I'll try. I have a big voice, nonetheless. I'll try. So we were touching there about what does it then mean to be African and queer and then being disabled and being an artist, right? And you said that it does not necessarily have to have a meaning. It doesn't have a meaning. And I think we sort of like got the gist of that. But in terms of your experience in the world, are you experiencing the world differently because you have all these, I want to say, different nuances to you? Are you experiencing the world differently?
Yeah,
I am more in touch with my
emotions,
emotions, and I'm more sympathetic because of all of these things.
Yeah.
Like
I'm able
to look
at
at
a
a
person
person
in opposed to
their
their
gender
or their
or their
ethnicity.
ethnicity. Like
I look at
I look
humanity
at
more than
humanity
anything
more than
else.
anything
When I
else. When I
experience someone,
experience
or
someone, or
how I even look
how
at
I
the
even
world is
look at the
more
world
from
is
that
more
angle.
from that angle.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it has
It
definitely
definitely
affected
affected
I
how
view the
I
world and
view the
how
world
I
and
see it.
how I see it.
I get that. There's a difference, and I don't know if how pole apart these two people are, but how different do you what is the description, or how do you describe Nkosinathi Sikhosane? Did I say Nkosi there? I thought I said Nkosi in my head, but Sikhosane because Nkosi. And then how do you then describe Jazz, the vocalist? If somebody were to say describe the two, are they poles apart? Are they similar? Are they? Give us a description.
Oh my God, that is a very
Tricky question because
for me,
for me, music
is as easy as breathing. It's like
Right.
It's like literally breathing.
And Nkosinathi
Nkosinathi is just a little
shy boy who
boy
always had
who
big
always had
dreams.
big
And I guess
dreams.
Jazz
And I
as a
guess
vocalist
Jazz
is
as a
like his
vocalist
way
is
of
like
being
his way
able to
of being
achieve
able
those
to achieve
dreams.
those dreams.
Yeah. Okay.
He's like
Really
really
like
like
the
the
anchor
anchor for
for
Nkosinathi to be able to
Nkosinathi to
like,
be able to
what,
like,
I am
I
going
am
to
going to
do this shit.
do this shit.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
And
I'm not gonna listen to
I'm not gonna
anyone.
listen to anyone.
Yeah.
I am going
I
to
am
propel
going to
forward.
propel forward, and
Like just the
like
vocalist is
just the
that
vocalist is
confident
that
guy who can
confident guy
literally
who
go
can
on
literally
stage and
go
do
on stage
whatever.
and do
Whereas
whatever. Whereas
Nkosinathi is a bit more
Nkosinathi is a bit
reserved.
more reserved.
So
So
I would say that
I would
Jazz
say
the
that
vocalist is
Jazz
like
the
the
vocalist is like the
caterpillar for
caterpillar
me
Yeah.
for
to
me
be able
to be able to
like dream
like
and
dream
Yeah.
and
tap
tap
into
into
a
like
different
a
part
different part
of my
of my
humanity,
humanity,
which is the
which
artistic
is the
part.
artistic part.
I don't think that
I
makes
don't
any
think that makes
sense,
any sense,
It does.
but
It does.
but
yeah,
yeah,
just the vocalist
just the
allows
vocalist
me
allows
to
me
just
to
be
just be
daring and
daring and
unapologetic.
unapologetic.
Whereas Nkosinathi
Whereas
is pretty
Nkosinathi is
chill.
pretty chill.
Yeah.
So
Laid
to
back.
answer your
To answer your
question, they're
question,
kind of
they're kind
different,
of
but it's still the
different, but
same
it's still the
person.
same person.
Got you. I want us to then dive into, when I got the DM, you're like, there isn't enough conversation about queer disability, what African queer or queer Africans and disability. What did you mean by that? Are we saying that there is, I think you touched on representation on TV, that you didn't see a lot of that, something that you can look at and say, oh, I'm that. What then, about this conversation should we have? Are we not really shining the spotlight on queer Africans who are disabled? Are we not having those conversations, or are we having those conversations but they are little? What do you mean by that?
I mean, there isn't
there
a lot
isn't a
of
lot of
representation.
one. I mean,
In a space
in a
like South
space like South
Africa,
Africa,
being
being
disabled
disabled and
and being
African and
queer on
being
top of
queer
it,
on top
I
of
feel
it,
like it's
I
like
feel
a
like it's like a
mess
mess
in a way, because
in a way,
it's almost
because
like
it's
you
almost like
don't
you don't
really
really
have
have like
essentially a
essentially a
community.
community,
Mm-hmm.
And
and
I guess it's just a mission,
a
man.
mission, man.
Yeah.
But
But
again,
I feel like
it's a matter
it's a
of
matter of
just
just
self
self
discovery
discovery
and
and
searching
for
for things
things
Yeah.
and
trying to make
trying to make sense
of a life
a life that
doesn't always
doesn't always
look
look
like you.
like you.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that
I don't
makes
know if that
sense,
makes
but
sense, but
In a way, it does. Yeah.
it's just
it's just
it's a matter of
it's a
just
matter of just
searching
searching
for
for
community and
community
belonging.
and belonging.
I guess with me,
I guess
that's
with
been
me,
my
that's
story
been
of
my
just
story
trying
of just
to
trying to
find
like
myself.
find myself. And
yeah, I
yeah,
guess
I guess
it's been finding myself and trying to
trying to search for
identity and
identity and
belonging, and
belonging, and
at the same time
at the
not
same time
losing
not
my essence as a
losing my
person,
essence as a
and
person,
not
and
losing even the
not
people that I
losing
love
even the
around
people
me,
that I
you
love
know,
around me.
Yeah.
because
Do
it
you
gets
find it?
difficult
Yeah.
at
Do you
times.
find it?
Difficult at times.
Yeah.
Being
Do you find
different.
it
being
difficult?
different
Actually,
stuff.
I wanted to say, do you
So
find it difficult to find the community? You know, to find somebody that looks like you, that speaks like you, that possibly moves like you. I don't say that has the same interest as you, because I mean we're different people. But do you find that that journey of finding, well, journey to self can be as difficult, I mean, with everyone, but in terms of finding the group, a clique, you know, it could be friends, it could be associates, it could be people that you need to work with. Do you find that it is difficult because you don't see people like you, who talk like you, who move like you, who are like you?
absolutely,
Yeah.
it's been a mission.
It's been a mission. It's
Yeah.
been a mission.
Especially when
Especially
you,
when
because I
you,
grew up
because
in
I
church.
grew
I
up
grew
in
up in
church. I
church.
grew up in
I love
church.
God.
I love God.
So with that
So with
said,
that said,
that
that
community, that
community,
space
that
comes
space
with
comes
a
with
lot
a
of
lot
just
of just
baggage,
baggage,
and a lot of
and a lot
judgment.
of
So
judgment. So
when I had to
when I
soul
had to
search
soul
in terms
search
of
in terms of
where my life is
where my life
headed,
is headed,
I sort of kind
I
of
sort of kind
knew
of
that
knew that
things are never
things
gonna
are
really
never
be
gonna
the
really be
same.
the same.
But
But
like
like
for me,
for
one
me,
one aspect that
one
has sort of
aspect that
helped me
has
with
sort
my
of
journey
helped me
as
with
well
my
is
journey as well
TV.
is
Like
TV.
shows like
Like
Glee,
shows
for
like Glee,
example,
for example,
have helped me to
have helped me
yo,
to
okay,
yo,
there's people
okay,
that are
there's
like
people
me
that
out
are
there.
like me out there.
And
And
I'm not
Yeah.
alone.
I'm not
You
alone.
know.
You know.
So
Most definitely.
yeah, but
So
even
yeah,
with
but
those
even
shows,
with
man,
those
they're like
shows, man, they're like
international shows.
international
Not They have
shows.
nothing
Yeah.
to do
They
with
have
being a
nothing to do with
black
being a
man,
black
and have nothing to
man,
do
and
with
have
being
nothing to do with
African.
being African.
Because it's another
Because it's
ball
another
game
ball
being
game
African.
being
Like
African.
outside of
Like
just being
outside of
black.
just being black.
Just being black,
Just
then
being
just
black,
being
then just being
an African
an
Zulu man.
African Zulu man.
Yeah. 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 I
So
get you.
yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, let's talk about what the disability. Okay, maybe let's start first by, I think we have established that you are a musician and you sort of belong to that part of the world when it comes to the arts. Let's now talk about the disability. I don't know, I like to say different. I like to say he's singing. Do you want to sing for us? Hold on to the singing. Is it me? All right, Nkosinathi, apparently it still has an echo. Can you hear me? I don't know. Nkosinathi, can you hear me? Hectic. Now both of my team is gone. I mean, Happy and Nkosinathi are gone. All right, if you just joined us, we were in conversation with Nkosinathi Sikhosane, who is an artist who identifies as queer and has a disability. I'd like to say a different. He's differently abled, right? With a cerebral palsy. We wanted to dive into that. We've just discovered or spoke a little bit about who he is in terms of the music space, who he is as a person. I think we wanted to like touch into what is then cerebral palsy for people that don't know, and how difficult it is to maneuver that, and also being queer. He was touching on being African and belonging to a church, having the layer of being queer on top of that. So it's quite, it has been a bit difficult for him in that case. But we wanted to understand what is then cerebral palsy, and with him, what are the challenges, for being queer? I think we touched on that, but what would then be the challenges looking at all those different sort of like nuances, being queer, being black, and being differently abled. And he was my guest this afternoon. I don't know if he's gone. Try to look for him, and we can continue the conversation. Happy, you're saying there's an echo. Yeah. I don't hear an echo.
Did you lose him?
I think I lost him. I'm trying to bring him back on. I think he has load shedding or something. Or network. Was it my network? Okay, he's back. Is it me?
I'm back.
You back? Welcome.
I think it was load shedding.
Oh, you had load shedding? Yeah, no. I'm load shedding it too. Anyway, so you had I wanted to talk about then what is cerebral palsy. What is that? Describe it for somebody who does not know what that is. And yeah, just give us a bit of detail of this disability.
Okay. So cerebral palsy that affects a part of your brain, like a small part of your brain. With me, it affected my left side of my body. So I was born in like 6 months. You know, I have a fully developed body. 9 months. I was born in 6. And incubator for the duration of the month, so that it can grow. So in a way, I was undeveloped. As a result, I ended up getting what's called cerebral palsy. And it basically just affects my like parts of my brain a bit. So even school was a mission. But I managed to. Journalism graduate. Yeah, so just those parts of my body.
Yeah. And what has been a bit, I think when you talk about self-discovery and discovering a group where you need to belong, I think that would be one of the challenges. But in terms of, other challenges that you personally had to face, it could be music, it could be with your sexuality. Okay, I didn't even ask you, what do you identify as? I use the term queer because I don't wanna box you, but what do you identify as in terms of the alphabet gang, as we are called?
I consider myself to be bi.
You consider yourself to be?
Bi.
You consider yourself to be bi. Right. So in terms of that, sexuality, finding out who you are, the music and the disability, what are some of the challenges that you were faced with? We noted duty, belonging to a group or identifying with a specific group, it was difficult, or it has been a challenge. What are some of the challenges that you faced with? I even want to take it as saying on a daily, I mean, you are a graduate, a journalism graduate. Look at you. Some of us couldn't even, anyway, let's call up. But what are the challenges?
I mean, for me, it has been in terms of the dating scene. It's been explaining to someone before. So this is what I'm doing. Are you fried? The person has to say, most of the time, a person will understand. I'm not hurt. So and I'm capable of anything that you can do as well.
Yeah.
So in that sense, it's been hard. Because every time you go on a date, I live. It gets tiring, especially in our community. It's all about physical traits. And how you look.
Yeah.
So when it comes to that, it's like it's hard. It gets difficult. If I really not interested in how you control your brain or how you think. So it's a mystery because I remember there was one incident I made I and this person made me so inferior. I was like, chill, why are you acting? Luckily for me, I've always been thick skin of how my parents raised me.
Yeah.
So naturally, I just have confidence. So I told him, dude, it's fine. Like, you can go our separate ways. You don't have to act always weird. It's okay. People have preferences. But I'm not gonna lie to you.
It's hard.
It's really a mission.
I get you. But, on the other side of things, you are part of the National Disability Council of South Africa. You're an ambassador. What is your involvement there? Do you talk about, about such things with your fellow members who are part of the council? I mean, do you tell them how difficult it is out there to be seen, noted, acknowledged, how you have to explain yourself all the time?
Yeah. Funny enough, this will be my first year. I just got yesterday to be an ambassador. So I'm still gonna all the states. I'm still gonna what role am I gonna be playing? What am I gonna be in the event? But I'm really excited about it.
What about it that excites you? And to tie into that question, I want to talk about what is that you advocate for, because on the bio there you say love comes in different shapes and sizes. What are you excited about with the National Disability Council, and what do you advocate for? And yeah.
I feel like, for example, when you think of a person in a wheelchair, you don't even imagine them like experiencing or feeling. So I want to open up dialogue in that sense. As a disabled person, like, it is your right to experience love, pleasure. So with me, that I want to tackle within that. I wanna be able to let disabled people open up about these things. A lot of them don't.
Yeah, they don't.
Yeah.
A lot of them actually they don't. Which is quite interesting, which I think is going to be my conversation with you later on this evening, because I want to dive into that a bit more. I want to dive into that a bit more, but I appreciate that. Do you think that in terms of accessing healthcare, it's difficult for you? Where you are looked at different. I mean, you are different, and I think you are aware of that, and you vocal about it. But in terms of accessing such things like healthcare, are you finding it difficult? Because I'm thinking at Pop In, a lot of people that come in would tell you that I was chased out of a public facility, a clinic, because I'm gay or I'm transgender. And then they had to ask me about how do I have sex and who do I have sex with. That's why I'm now taking healthcare here. With you, is it the same thing? Do you rock up at the clinic and then they're like, we can't help you. Where's gay manje wena umjita? Uthandana namanye amajita, uthandana namantombazana nje. Uyile nto. Kwenzakalani ngawe?
Funny enough, I've never really experienced it. Never gone to the always gone to your pop in. I researched on how that's how I'm able to access. I'll never disclose anything. Never had to. That's a privilege of living in South Africa.
Yeah.
So I've never really experienced it in that sense.
I got you. Please come to Pride one of these good months. We have Pride. Love to see you at Pride. I know, but we need diversity. At Pride, we need to. Please come. If you don't, I'll come pick you up myself. We'll go to Pride together. Let's talk about the music. How would you describe your sound? I saw a picture while I was doing not research on you. When I was looking you up, there was a picture of you dressed in black, and I think it was a theater show. And you had like background I'll call them background singers or whatever, performers with you there with the mic, and then you hold. And I was like, I wonder how he sounds like. And when I was going through your TikTok and I was like listening to some of the songs that you were singing, I'm like, oh, okay. All right. Okay. We see, we hear you, we see you. But in terms of music, how do you describe your sound? How do you describe your music?
I grew up listening to a lot of Beyonce,
Of course.
So I would describe my sound as soulful.
Soulful.
Yeah. Alternative music.
Yeah. Let's elaborate further on what kind of a message you want your music to convey. And I think you touched on it in the beginning there, which is about self-discovery, identity, and love. But what more? Because you're saying soulful. So I'm imagining I'm going to hear a lot of sounds like, I'm trying to give a reference to a South African musician, Elangama Vuso or Ebongeziwe Mabandla, which is like very soulful, very African. We are like they're pouring their heart out. Are we? Is that the message that you're conveying? Are you healing us? Are you taking us to love? What are you doing with your music?
I'm just taking you on the journey of my life.
Yeah.
I'm telling you about my story, about my things. It's a deep, soulful offering. Like my stories, and things that I want to convey to the world, ultimately love, and tapping into your emotion as a person, so in a nutshell, I would say that's the kind of things that you guys. You're gonna cry a lot. You're gonna laugh. You're gonna dance. Hopefully. So that's the kind of stuff you're gonna see.
In that case, then I cannot wait. I mean, if you are offering us that entire package in a song or in music or in your project, then I'm definitely looking out for the EP. Please hit me up when it's dropping. I wanna be the first one, and I'll review it. And I'll review it, and I'll tell others what to expect. Let's talk about who is your music geniuses. I love asking artists or creative people this question: who is their music genius? When I mean a music genius, I mean somebody that they listen to, they grew up listening to, and they think that they are absolutely amazing. For you, who is that music genius? And they can be both international, actually. Both national and international. South Africa, who's your music genius? Internationally, who's your music genius?
Okay, there's two that I have in mind right now. One is Jasmine Sullivan.
Oh, yes.
And two it's Nakane.
Oh, Nakane. Yes, I agree. Oh, I agree with you. Love that boy to the moon and back. Yeah. He's quite amazing.
It's Jasmine Sullivan and Nakane.
Hey man, Jasmine is. We should have a session. You and I have a lot to say about Jasmine. I'm even having songs in my head that I'm playing. I'm like, ooh, Jasmine, hi boo. She's amazing. Just so you know, before we end the interview, I'm gonna ask for you to sing for us, but we are not there yet. I'm just preparing you. Have a song in your head. I want us to sing for us. Which song? Okay, maybe it could be a song of both Jasmine or Nakane. But outside of that, which song did you once listen to, right? And you went, I could have actually written that song. It felt like it was written for you, or it was actually written, or actually you the one that wrote that song. Which song comes to your head when you think about that?
Camilla Vato, Dancing with the Devil.
My guy, my tapa dude. All right, all right, Demi Lovato. Oh, okay, big name, powerhouse, very huge, very vocals, amazing. All right. In the industry, what has challenged you? So I'm thinking, you do have a background of theater, because I mean you're part of the state theater's youth choir, so it adds to the element of theater there. But in terms of music, is it difficult to get the music out? Have you done anything beyond this EP? And what has been the challenging thing when it comes to music?
With me, I feel like producing. One thing that has been shorting for me is producing. This messing my vocals with have to mix it. So, because I'm very hard on myself. As a result, I end up not really like what is the like what are I doing to my vocals? And then another thing that has affected live music in terms of like traveling with bands, like it's expensive. We have to talk about this. We have to make sure that they eat. So that'll be like a mission. So the plan pay for obvious reasons. So I need someone to whenever I do like a live performance. That's been my main mission when it comes to music.
In terms of your music, is it receptive? I mean, received? What am I saying? Is it, are the people consuming your music? Are they enjoying your music? What is the reception like with your music? What are the critics saying about your music?
As far as I know, because I perform with like Joburg Theatre, Butaki. So as far as I know, I mean, no one is perfect. It's perfect. Flows. I don't think anyone employs especially like biology and B. But people want to give them serious stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, reviews have been great. But they've also been
Yeah.
And that's everyone.
Yeah. Something fair. Social. Okay. Before that, who do you wanna work with? Maybe in a future project, or maybe let's touch on Black Unicorn. Who have you worked with on that EP, and who else do you still want to work with in the industry?
Because that EP is my first one. Literally, I'm gonna be by myself mostly. I'm gonna be featuring my parents who are also underground. That doesn't really matter. But I'd love to work with DJ Kings.
Ooh,
Those are
Black Coffee. I thought you said Black Motion. I was going to say which Black Motion, but as collab. Black Coffee, DJ Kent. Saying it to the universe. Now to that request, a song that comes to you that you can sing for us for like 30 seconds, and then we wrap it up. And then we'll talk about social media after. Go.
Okay. Which forget him. I won't, please believe me. I know that I should draw the time. Baby, it's not that easy. You treat me so much better than him. And if I was say there was no competition, but I'm in love with someone else, and I'm so sorry.
Jasmine. Oh, that is Jasmine. It's a Jasmine song. That's why I say Jasmine. Jasmine O'Sullivan, everybody. She should feature you. I'm just saying. She should just, say, come on, let's do a young something. But thank you so much. Social media, where do we find you? I know that you and I have a conversation later, more steamed up, more turned up, more you know, and you know how messy TikTok is. I'm just bracing. I'm just bracing. Yeah, I'm just bracing you for what is about to happen at 7 o'clock. But nonetheless, social media, where can we find you?
I am on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, yeah, Facebook as well. Just the vocalist,
It's the name. It's this name, right?
Just the vocalist, one word. Bookings, DM me.
Of course,
I need the money.
Book for a wedding, for a birthday party, for something. Book him. I hate the fact that you mentioned Black Labone. A few friends of mine are part of Black Labone, and I've missed, literally, I'm a terrible friend, I'm a fake friend. I've missed all their performances. I'm going to try to do better in 2023 and attend Black Labone. Hopefully I'm going to bump into you there. But nonetheless, if not, I'll bump into you on social media or when you pop in to do other things at Pop In. All right. Thank you so much, Nkosinathi, or AKA Jazz the vocalist. I really appreciate your time. And I'm gonna see you later, right?
Absolutely, yeah, you will.
Alrighty, thank you so much. And ladies and gentlemen, we are wrapping it up for a Friday for Oran Pop In Chats. Nkosi right here. We just spoke to Jazz the vocalist, aka Nkosinathi, serenading us there with a Jasmine O'Sullivan song. Yeah, it's if Jasmine is there, we should hear the EP. I cannot wait. I'll critique it and give you the 411. But nonetheless, I'm going to see you on Monday for Clinical Monday. We are doing Hepatitis B with Mpomankai all the way from eThekwini. And then I'll be seeing you yet again next week, Friday, with yet another amazing artist. For this conversation, we've been discussing queerness, disability, and being an artist all around. And Nkosinathi has been my guest. Until later, happy streaming. Bye. Mr. Producer, thank you so much. I should give you a round of applause as well for holding it down.